Welcome back to another video. Today I thought I'd do something a bit different. I've got a couple of different videos coming up over the next week or so. But this one's going to be about a painting that I completed when I first started painting watercolour. And this is going back now, gosh, how long? 30 years, more than 30 years when I started. And I painted this watercolour that I'm going to show you in a minute. And it was one of a local scene, and at the time I was so pleased with it. I thought it was just absolutely fabulous, and I still think, you know, for how long I'd been painting at the time, it was still quite a good painting. But what I like to do is just have to spend some time, just a couple of minutes talking about it today. It's going to be a very short video, just a couple of minutes talking about the first painting, the first serious watercolour I completed. And it might just inspire a few others out there to persevere a bit, because from that small step, from completing that painting, I gained so much confidence so much more quickly. And the painting, the whole process just got better and better quite quickly after that. You know, to a point where I was producing paintings of a reasonable standard, let's put it that way. So I'll just switch the camera around and we'll have a little look at what I've been doing, or what I did in the past. Okay then, so here we have it. I'll just take it out of the folder. Now you can have a little look at this painting, and before I talk about it, you can just see how old it is. Let me see if I hold it up, focus the camera. It's got foxing all around here, and I can only assume that's because it wasn't a very good quality watercolour paper. And that's quite interesting, because it actually shows what happens if you don't buy something of reasonable quality. At the time I was painting on very, very cheap paper. Just here there's a watermark in it. I can tell you what it is. No, there's no watermark in the paper, so I can't even tell you what make it is. But it was obviously a very cheap paper at the time, because it started to go all foxing. You've got these sort of yellow spots coming around the edge. It has been framed. I think I was so proud of it, I framed it, and we had it up. This is before I even had my children, and we had it up on our wall at home, I remember rightly. And I was really proud of it, like I said, so we put it up on the wall. But it's been down a long time, and not behind glass, just in one of these things here. Yeah, so that's something to be mindful. If you're painting now and you're thinking, well, you want to keep these paintings for your children in the future to enjoy, then think about, and especially if you're doing something that's quite serious, that's going to be a special painting maybe, think about the quality of the paper you're using, because I never gave it a second thought at the time. But you can see it's probably because it's not acid free, the paper. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, but I'm just imagining it might be something to do with that. But 30 years is about sort of 20 odd years. It's probably going to be your lifespan really, and then it's going to start deteriorating. It's also faded a little bit, not a lot, because this is an interesting point on the painting really. This is quite you know, key to your development in watercolour painting. And it could be seen here that I was very, very timid in my painting when I was, you know, I'd spent ages doing the drawing, and then I would do the painting, and I was tempted to try and paint every brick. Let me see if I can just zoom in a bit. Yeah, you can see where I was tempted to paint every brick in the building, but you know, in all fairness, I did try and soften them in places and things like that. I didn't get any colour in the windows, did I? You know, they look just weak and grey, and there's nothing happening there really. And again, the little bay in the, this is I'll tell you where this is. This is the Isles of Scilly. It's a place called St Mary's. It's the main island, and there's a nice little harbour here. And again, I didn't capitalise on that. I didn't. The trees should have been a lot darker, and there should have been a nice shadow cast over here somewhere. So all the opportunities I missed out on, and the reason it would have been, not because I probably didn't see them, was because I was too scared. I was too scared of ruining the drawing. So from this painting, if I had one little bit of advice to give people, I would say, just go for it. If you can break that habit early. I'm not, you know, not everybody does it, but I know. But I'm talking about me really, because I can remember myself, and I do see it because I see a lot of people's work. Obviously, I get people send me quite a bit, and one of the biggest problems I see is the fact that people are frightened to put the colour down. They think, well, we're going to, if I go too dark, it's going to spoil it. But it's the darks that make the lights, and it's the lights that make the painting. You know, it's that lovely feeling of sunshine, or what if you're trying to catch heat in a painting, or whatever it might be. Or even in a landscape, you need to have the richness of colour in the trees and the bark and the foreground and the trunks of the trees, all that sort of stuff. So if that's just one thing you can pull from this, is don't be too timid. You know, really do, because this would have been such this would be a much better painting. Sorry, if I'd only been a little bit braver with the colours and things like that. You know, it's just too weak and washy. But I remember painting it. I'm not actually this one painting. I can kind of remember the time, but then I did this painting, actually the same view in later years when I was actually selling work then, and I was doing all the right things with darks and lights and stuff like that. They were looking a lot better. So anyway, that's it. I'm not going to keep you here for ages looking at my one painting, because it's not going to keep your imagination for very long. So, but I thought I'd show you it because it's quite interesting. But one of the most important things is try and paint on the best quality paper you can, because you can see the problems that have happened here. Painting on cheap paper, basically. So, okay, thanks ever so much for watching. Don't forget to come to my site, Pure Watercolour. And if you like the video, like and subscribe, and share if you want to. And there's plenty more videos coming in the future. I've got quite a few in the pipeline at the moment, so stay tuned, and there'll be some more coming very shortly. So thanks for watching this short video, and bye for now.